When someone says Black Wall Street, what's the first thing you think of? For most of us, it's Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. It's a story of incredible prosperity, but also of unimaginable and tragic loss. That community, the Greenwood district, was a shining example of Black economic self-sufficiency. We're talking over 100 Black-owned businesses, banks, hotels, doctors' offices, all thriving despite the harsh realities of segregation. But what if I told you that story didn't end in 1921? What if I told you that right now, a new generation of Black Wall Streets is quietly rising in cities you might not expect? They aren't just rebuilding, they're writing a completely new playbook for creating generational wealth. In this video, we're going inside these modern economic hubs to uncover the strategies they're using to build billion-dollar opportunities and reclaim ownership of their communities. To understand where we're going, we have to respect where we've been. The Greenwood district in Tulsa was a marvel. It was a closed-loop economy born out of pure necessity, where money circulated within the community, fueling high rates of home ownership and education. This wasn't just about business, it was about dignity and self-determination. But the 1921 Tulsa race massacre didn't just burn down buildings, it incinerated wealth, wiping out 35 square blocks and displacing 10,000 people. Insurance claims were denied, and the economic devastation crippled that community for generations. And Tulsa wasn't an isolated case. Thriving Black business districts were all across the country, from Atlanta's Sweet Auburn Avenue to Washington, D.C.'s U Street, which was once home to over 200 Black-owned businesses. These were epicenters of culture and capital, often anchored by historically Black institutions. This legacy of buying Black to build community wealth was systematically attacked through both violence and discriminatory policies like redlining. But a dream deferred isn't a dream denied. That spirit of self-sufficiency never really died. It adapted, it evolved, and now, more than a century after Tulsa, it's re-emerging with a 21st century blueprint. Today, this resurgence is powered by a massive economic force, a collective Black buying power that hit $1.6 trillion and is projected to climb past $2 trillion by 2026. So, where is this new chapter being written? We'll start in the city many call the Black Mecca. We start in Atlanta. Atlanta has long been a capital of Black culture, but now a powerful shift is happening. The focus is moving from being the talent to owning the infrastructure. The city is leading the modern Black Wall Street movement by creating a real ecosystem, resources, mentorship, and funding to help Black entrepreneurs win. Groups like the Atlanta Black Chamber of Commerce and initiatives like the Black Adel 30 Initiative are creating a unified strategy for economic growth, moving past fragmented efforts and toward a cohesive vision. A key strategy? Leaning into tech. Atlanta has become a legitimate boomtown for tech professionals and is ranked as one of the nation's top cities for tech talent diversity. This is why you see giants like Microsoft, Apple, and Google setting up shop here. They want to tap into this talent pool. But it's not just about working for big tech. Black founders in Atlanta's tech scene are successfully raising significant capital, with incubators like the Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs, RICE, providing Black-owned businesses with mentoring, networks, and access to funding, all with the clear goal of closing the economic gap. This brings us to a second, crucial strategy, a shift from being laborers of culture to being owners of the intellectual property. Investors are now funding digital content campuses, specializing in visual effects and 3D animation. The goal is to transform Atlanta from a city where movies are just filmed into a hub where the digital assets are actually owned by the creators. Some startups are even using blockchain to track royalties and rights, making sure the people who create the culture are the ones who profit from it. And this isn't just happening online, it's taking physical form. The new Black Wall Street Market, a 125,000 square foot space in Stonecrest, just east of Atlanta, houses over 100 Black-owned shops, restaurants, and service providers. It's a modern marketplace built on the principle of collective economics, making it easier to become an entrepreneur by offering retail space at rents far below the market rate. Next, we're heading to Houston, Texas, to see how a different city is building its own economic engine. But before we do, if you're getting value from this, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What city do you think is the next hub for Black economic excellence? Your insights really help shape this community. Now let's talk Houston. If Atlanta's blueprint is about owning the culture, Houston's is about harnessing its unique energy and building powerful alliances. The city is a prime example of a broader Southern resurgence in Black entrepreneurship. Houston has seen a record number of Black-owned businesses launch since 2020. Across Texas, between 2017 and 2020, the number of Black-owned businesses surged, generating billions in revenue and creating a massive economic footprint. One core strategy here is a bold rejection of the traditional venture capital model. Instead of chasing Silicon Valley money, many entrepreneurs are pooling resources from family, churches, and local Black chambers of commerce. These friends and family funding rounds keep money circulating locally, giving founders more control and protecting them from predatory terms. Because of this, regional business loan approval rates for Black founders in Houston and Atlanta are nearly double the national average. This collaborative spirit is creating what some are calling stealth group alliances. For example, one Houston-based group formed an LLC to buy an entire strip mall. They then subleased the spaces to local Black-owned brands at below-market rates. This is cooperative economics in its purest form, owning the real estate to control the destiny of the businesses inside. These entrepreneurs are also focused on solving real-world problems. Forget the next viral app. Founders in Houston are creating tech solutions for community pain points in transportation, affordable housing, and logistics. The Houston Area Urban League's Entrepreneurship Center has graduated over 5,000 businesses in the last decade, and organizations like the Millionaire Mastermind Academy are running intensive training programs for minority business development. This ecosystem is so strong that city leaders recently announced plans to open a dedicated physical Black Wall Street hub in Houston to serve as a permanent space for networking and community access. When you look at Atlanta and Houston, a clear playbook emerges. These aren't just isolated success stories, they're replicable models. First is the strategy of reclaiming physical space. This is about the shift from being tenants to becoming landlords. We see it in Tulsa, where the city transferred 56 acres of land back to the community for equitable development. We see it in Mississippi, where one family bought a 20-unit strip mall with a vision to turn it into a hub for Black-owned shops. And we see it in Atlanta's new Black Wall Street Market and that Houston group that bought the strip mall. Owning the land is the foundation for building generational wealth. The second pillar is building digital and intellectual ecosystems. This is what ownership looks like in the 21st century. It's about creating tech startups that solve real problems, like we see in both Atlanta and Houston. It's about using technology to ensure artists and creators own and profit from their intellectual property. This strategy allows these economic hubs to scale beyond their physical location, creating wealth that isn't tied to a single address. Finally, the third and most crucial strategy is the power of the collective. This is the modern version of circulating the dollar. It's the friends and family funding rounds in Houston and the collaborative marketplaces in Atlanta. It's about creating incubators, mentorship networks, and training programs that give people the tools to build their own ventures. This goes beyond buying Black. It's about strategically investing Black, forming alliances, and pooling resources to achieve what no single person could do alone. It's the understanding that true economic power comes from collaboration, not just competition. The story of Black Wall Street did not end in ashes in Tulsa. That was a tragic chapter, but it wasn't the final one. Today, the spirit of Greenwood is alive and well in the tech incubators of Atlanta and the investment groups of Houston. A new generation has taken the blueprint of their ancestors and is redesigning it for the modern age, fueled by nearly $2 trillion in spending power and an unbreakable spirit of innovation. While the wealth gap is still a stark reality, these emerging hubs offer powerful lessons in ownership, collective strategy, and building real power. They are proving that when a community decides to build for itself, there is no limit to what it can achieve. The new Black Wall Streets aren't just places on a map, they're a mindset. They are a forward-looking strategy being executed with precision every single day. The question is no longer if Black communities can build generational wealth, but where they will build it next. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to see it. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of innovation and excellence. Thanks for watching.